How to become a captivating storyteller. Being a good storyteller is a fantastic skill, a widely applicable skill. Telling stories conversationally will make you much more magnetic and charismatic. Telling stories from the stage will make you much more persuasive. Using stories interpersonally will help you to become much more influential. Humans are natural storytellers. We've been telling each other stories since before the dawn of time. Campfire stories were the main driving force of our common narrative. Who we are, where we come from, what's important, our relationship with the gods and the heavens, all come from stories. Our most important religious texts were handed down through the oral tradition, which is the same stories being told for generations. So how can you become a captivating storyteller? First, start with not only the story content, but the story structure. And believe it or not, story structure is more important than the content. Just like a lot of modern music has the same chord progressions, a lot of modern stories have the same story structure. And just like music, it's filled with conflict and resolution. Music has tension and release. Stories have conflict and resolution. But not just a linear progression of conflict and resolution, a systematic building of bigger conflicts and bigger resolutions leading to the final conflict and resolution that makes up the entire story. Even if you're telling a story about your epic adventure the other night in your quest for fast food, if it's in this structure, it will be much more compelling. Second, be sure to use gestures while telling your story. As much as you can, match your gestures to what's happening in the story. Third, as much as you can, make eye contact with the audience members, whoever they are, as you're telling your story. As much eye contact as possible. If you're not too keen on eye contact, you can look people directly in the forehead and they won't know the difference. Fourth, use some strategically placed pauses that will grab their attention and hold it while you're telling the story. For example, imagine the guy going on his epic adventure looking for some fast food. And let's say he's found the only store in town that's open and it happens to be a burrito shop. And let's say the burrito man looks at him and says, "I'm going to make you the best burrito you've ever eaten." That sounds okay, but you can make it much better with some strategically placed pauses. "I'm going to make you the best burrito you've ever eaten." This, of course, leads us to the fifth idea. Don't be shy with your vocal range. The more you widen the range of your voice, the more interesting you'll be. One way to think about this is in terms of pure energy. People love energy. The more energy you put out, the more energy in the form of captivated appreciation you'll get back from the audience. The sixth tip is a mental one. Instead of thinking in terms of telling a story to an audience in hopes of getting a positive response, think of something differently, and that is to imagine that you are telling the story to yourself, a story you really enjoy hearing and speaking at the same time. Focus your mind as much as you can on your own enjoyment of the story that you are telling. Do this so much with so much mental strength that you actually push out of your mind any idea that the audience is even there. The seventh and final idea is to practice. Storytelling is definitely something with a lot of moving parts, a lot of variables. It's definitely not something that you can just do once you figure out how. It is a skill that has no upper limit. The more you practice, the better you get. The more you practice, the longer and more engaging stories you'll be able to tell. Take a public speaking class, join a public speaking club like Toastmasters, and if at all possible, take an acting class. Also, if it's possible, volunteer anywhere where you can tell stories to kids. All of these will significantly enhance your storytelling skills. The better you can tell stories, the more easily you'll be able to captivate people's minds and dreams. You'll become more charismatic, more magnetic, more persuasive, and more seductive. Stories are the oldest form of human communication, and storytelling is just as powerful today as it was tens of thousands of years ago. Becoming a mesmerizing storyteller will not only significantly enhance your life, but the lives of all your future listeners. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.